Hey there, friends. So, this will be your energy update for the week ahead, and it's really looking like a general movement from a place of instability, shakiness, maybe some insecurity, into a much more grounded, much more stable place. And there are definitely some transformation principles that I'm excited to talk to you about that show up all over in different forms of our life that are being highlighted in the week ahead. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you definitely can down below. You can also grab a private reading with me there as well. So let's take a look at our first card for the week ahead, which is our Four of Pentacles. And the first thing to notice about this particular card is our friend here is standing on two coins, which means that he's disconnected or uprooted from his sense of groundedness. He's not necessarily feeling stable. He's not able to get the information and the sense of security that comes from the earth below. He's also got his hands wrapped around a coin in front of his heart, which means that what's getting in the way of his relationship world, the space of him connecting and relating and feeling close to people, is his protection. He's protecting something. Something feels insecure. And similarly, there's a coin on top of his head, which means that his insights and intuition are being blocked as well. And all of this is being blocked because there's a sense of insecurity that's going on, a sense of feeling uprooted or disconnected. So for some of you, you might be going through a phase right now where you feel a little bit disconnected, you feel a little bit insecure about things. Often we project this outwards onto, oh, the job situation is making me feel insecure, the financial situation is making me feel insecure, oh, this person in my life is making me feel insecure. And all of that might be the case. It's also possible that something is just feeling insecure in general, and rather than fixating, you can notice that this guy is pretty much just looking inward in at these different things that are sort of showing up. Instead of fixating on it, it's time to sort of get curious about other patterns or other ways that you might shift things around. So the other thing to know about fours, four is a very stabilized number. When it shows up in the tarot or when it shows up in numerology, often what's happening is there's what comes to the surface is basically whatever it is that is creating a little bit of imbalance. So the places where there is imbalance, those are going to come to the surface. So that's what's happening with this particular Four of Pentacles. Luckily, what's going on here is there's an opportunity to make a choice that transforms the way that you're going about things. This is our Lover's card, which means choosing your own route, choosing a new pattern, being willing to have the courage to sort of step out and do things in a unique way. This can be a card about being called to something that is a higher purpose, a higher creative action. Sometimes it shows up when there's a big choice in our life where we can either listen to the place in us that is afraid and wants to seek out stability or comfortability, or so we can either make that choice, the piece that goes, ooh, why don't you stay safe, why don't you go try to find like a little bit of comfort, or the other choice which says, hey, we don't know what's going to happen here, but this is what your soul or this is what your spirit really wants you. It's when life comes knocking on your door and says, why not take this, why not take a little bit of a risk, why not listen to the deep knowing inside of you, even if it doesn't match up to what you think is going to create the most safety for yourself. So this is a very fiery, interesting card. It's a card of ingenuity. It's a card of going about things your own way, choosing to sort of step outside the patterns and the boundaries that maybe were set up by the people before you, your parents, society in general. It's the willingness to be a bit of a maverick. And what's interesting about that is this movement from feeling a little bit insecure, a little bit unstable. When you choose to sort of step out beyond the framework that's saying, ooh, you should be careful, ooh, it might not work out. When you're willing to step out beyond that, your final card for the week is the Hierophant, which is actually the card that comes before the Lover's card, but it's a card of like tradition, of stability, of feeling really grounded, feeling really rooted in life, connected to your ancestry, connected to systems and rituals that have been done for thousands and thousands of years. Now, sometimes the Hierophant can come out and it can feel very stifling. It can be a card that is saying, get back in there, follow the rules, do the things that you're supposed to do. But there's a different energy that I'm cueing into with this particular setup this week, which is moving from a place of this is a solo individual, this is an individual that's outside of the city and feeling sort of isolated and insecure and not sure about how things are going, and is choosing to sort of make higher a higher decision towards greater creative action, greater willingness to listen to the insights that are coming in. And as a result, it's leading to a different kind of stability. So the Hierophant tends to be in relationship with community, in relationship with others, in relationship with the old wisdom. It's creating a kind of rootedness that is authentic rootedness. This individual here is looking for superficial rootedness. If I just had another $100, if I just had another $10,000, if I just had a little bit more job security, if this relationship, if this person just told me that they would be with me forever, then I'll find security. This is relating to like the deep ancestral security that comes when we're connecting to our roots, when we're connecting to our wisdom, to our ancestors, to community and ritual. So for many of you, this could feel like a little bit of a threshold week where you're going from a place of maybe cycling a lot in your mind, cycling a lot in some anxiety, to going, you know what? I'm going to step through this even if there isn't a promise yet. I'm going to step through to a different way of interacting with what's on my table. And the benefit of making that choice could truly lead to a sense of like, right, there are people from my ancestral line, maybe there are previous lifetimes where I decided not to walk the walk of others, and doing so this time around connects you with a kind of bravery, with a kind of wisdom that will lead you through this week and likely going forward into the coming weeks. Yeah, having these two major arcana cards, it's a really good sign that you might be stepping into a new cycle that could be really beneficial for you. So that's your energy update for the week ahead. Let me know what you think. Always a pleasure to connect with you. We will likely be doing a little bit of breath practice in the community portal this coming week, and I hope to see you there. Looking forward to connecting to you all again soon. Take good care.